Hello and good evening, everyone. Today is Thursday, September 14th, another episode of Ripster Trades and Daily Teachings. Guys, just an amazing day with our IPO play today. We nailed it out of park. Live guidance by me on Twitter and in the community. I will focus in the end of the video. I will focus about the how I found the levels, how I played the IPOs. I have very fixed rules how I play IPOs. I have been teaching over the years, but there's been no real IPO lately to play those. So I have some fixed rules on daily swing and all that. So we will go through that. That was the biggest play for us today from our IPO. As soon as it IPO'd long there from 56 to $68, we are overnighting it. So big, huge win there. So that's the highlight of today's video. So we'll talk about that in a bit, and I'll teach you how to play these IPOs, how to find the levels. So that comes at the end. Before I do that, let's go back to our today's plays. Morning was okay, so let's look at the market. The morning was okay. It was a gap up day today for us. So it was a gap up day. So what was the personality today? Personality of the market today was gap up. So what were we supposed to do? We're supposed to see, is it a gap up, gap fill, gap and crap, or is it going to hold a certain level and then gap and go? It definitely held a level, but it didn't hold the level right away. Initially, it was filling the gap down, and then that's when we were shorting the market, right? It's a B minus setup because it was still over the EMA clouds, right? So you see EMA cloud, the candle never closed or opened under the EMA clouds, and it held this level right here. And NASDAQ held this level right here, right? Gap up. This was a small gap up, gap fill. QQ actually filled the complete gap before the bouncing. But SPY, gap up, did not fill all of it. It filled some of it. If I have the price right, where was it? The close was 446.51. So if I move it higher, yeah, somewhere here. So it filled it and moved, and then we got long, so then we got long on SPY. Was my all day guidance on SPY here. You can see so first in the morning, first half an hour, we were shorting it, right? Filling the gap because we saw the reject. I was on the voice. We were filling the gap, but then we were watching where it's going to support, where it is going to hold on, right? So then what they did was they bought this 374. So I was talking about this 374. You see QQQ 374 buyer, 374 buyer. They was buying it, and similarly, that's why SPY was doing their bounce as well. And that's when all of our names started bouncing, and then we went long, right? So then we went long. Bullish bias on market. We watch all the pullbacks. That was my comments right at this level when it regained the EMA clouds. All day trend on SPY, all day winner on SPY calls. Wherever you buy, you have your risk at EMA clouds. And then you see the first breakout, push, pulled back, held the 512 EMA cloud, held the trend again. Then my target was 450. That was the key level, right? 450 psych level, 450 psych level. Initially rejected, held, breakout out of 450, continued to push, right? So that was the personality of SPY today. Gap up, fill the gap a little bit, and go. It was a gap and go, but not a clean gap and go. Usually I want to see a gap and go in first 30 minutes. It took 1 hour. That's fine, right? But we had other indicators like US dollar, what US dollar was doing, or what VIX was doing. So VIX was fading, as you see, broke under all those levels. I had, if you see my levels, so reason VIX was making lows, right? So So let's go back in the morning and see how we did it. So that was a successful guidance on SPY and QQQ for me this morning, for everyone in the community. It was easy to get chopped up in the morning market, because if you are trying to long something right out of the gate, which happened with few people, and it dipped and you stopped out and then it went, because you did not focus on the market and you were sizing too much, right? For example, Google, right? So that was fine if you stopped out on play like Google. Let's look here. So if you dipping down under EMA Clouds, that's fine, but then you can go long again. You see what SPY is, QQQ is bouncing, you can go long again, back over EMA Cloud, look at the move on Google, right? Same for Amazon. Same for Amazon, when it was bouncing, you could go long with the market, right? So anyways, so this morning again, guys, same thing as every day. I was up early making the watch list for everyone. Went through all the tickers. AMC was on the top list. You can see here Bitcoin was breaking out. Let me show you the Bitcoin breakout today. So the reason I was focusing on Bitcoin earlier in the day, because Bitcoin was Bitcoin was breaking out of, let me just show you a cleaner look here, 1 second. So Bitcoin was breaking out. If you see this daily here that I have, it was breaking out here. So that's why Bitcoin was on our watch list, and coin was a big win for us based upon that. So I went through the more news, right? Talked about Google in the morning, checking the Google news. Win was focused on Netflix, and then Amazon, Micron, and our watch list was ready. Here you go. You can see my watch list. You can take a screenshot, go back and review, and see how you could have played them. So out of the watch list today, coin was a big win, AMC was a big short win, MU was kind of a scratch. We played PENN for nice win, and then we had Marketplace. Netflix short was mine, a big one, right? And then I had some guidance on the other names. So this was our watch list. And then let's look at we look at our levels. All the levels were given in the morning on all the names. Okay, so we were ready. AMC, I'm gonna try to go through all of these quickly so I can show you guys what we are going to talk about later. So AMC, my bias was bullish to neutral, but the problem was on AMC. What was the problem? I will explain here in a bit. So this was the problem on AMC, right? Because it was getting extended and it was coming right into the resistance $9.40 and $10. So that was the problem. So that's why I couldn't go long on AMC. And as soon as it rejected, as soon as the AMC rejected, I saw a big wick. I knew that as it breaks EMA Cloud, it's going to fade all day. So that's what did. So 940, 10 levels, pre-market levels. As soon as I see the reject of the top, if EMA Cloud breaks, we fade all day. Short under EMA, probably a gap fill. Gave us a 50-cent short. 9 puts went 80%. Target was $8. We got close to 5 cents to our target. Closed out AMC all out before the end of the day. So you can see this was the AMC guidance, AMC trade. So beautiful trade. It's very stress-free, because it's so crowded trade. It's so crowded, this name. So many people are like, follow the noise, and when they try to long, and the crowded names flush like this. So stressful, so stress-free. It was the best trade. Easy trade today. All right. So coin, we were long because of the Bitcoin. So if you see coin, I longed right at open. People were panicking when I was doing this up and down, but I held it up. We longed right at open 81.90s, and then we got 84 highs. Almost we got $2 on that trade all day, and I was on voice guiding everyone. You can see the coin trade here, the setup, why I took coin, why was its focus for me, especially on coin, right? So that was the reason. So you have to be ready, right? So we were ready. I was with the coin. You see, it's right up here in the watch list, and it's not about the alerts. So now the people who learning from me, they're building their daily routine. They're trying to find these plays before they move, right? So yes, so that's what we did. Here's my coin idea right at the morning, and then we did coin all day play. Beautiful trade. So not like real clean move that I would have liked, but nobody's complaining about this $2 we made here from morning. You risk here on EMA Clouds and lower up the candle. That's it. Size small. Don't size big. Do not size big. That's the thing. All right, let's see. Okay, Netflix short was our big short. I can just show you here. Let me show you. So if we look at Netflix, so if you want to look at Netflix, let's see if you guys can see. So Netflix, it was wins call all day, because yesterday we had a mega winner on Netflix, and then today we were watching this yesterday's lows breakdown. As soon as this lows break down, my target was 400. My target was 400, right? I kept saying 400. How many times I said 400? Waiting for 400. Want that 400, 400, 400. And that's what because I knew the weakness is holding on Netflix. You see breakdown here, right? Somebody chased here. That was a bad entry. If you missed it, you wait for the bounce. So you see the bounce, you see the 1 wick, 2 wick, clearly 407 area is giving a bounce. Ideally, I would have had a bigger bounce, but if you get this bounce at 512 EMAs, right? EMAs never reclaimed. You take the entry on this rejection, put a $2 stop here, and let it work. With the $2 stop, right? You still made, by time it touched 400, $6, 3 times to your risk, right? Because it was trending right here, and look at it. All day I was saying 400, 400, 400, and we got it 400, right? So yeah, so that was a nice win all day. Good winner on Netflix. PENN long was our another steady winner. So I had started some PENN small right at open 2250. By end of the day we got 2341, right? So bullish to neutral versus the EMA Cloud. Risk was 20T. So risk reward. So what was the risk reward? So risk reward, if I added 2250 with risking $22, I basically made $1.25 reward, right? So if R is my risk, I made 1.25 R. So basically I made what 80 cents, risking 50 cents. So this is the risk reward. You can see my commentary here. I was long and I was guiding all day because I want people to see that when I'm holding, why I'm holding. You can see the 512 EMA Cloud, the system working, guys, right in front of you. All that needs to be done, if you can still not take a trade properly, is your sizing. That is causing the problem, because if system is working and you are getting out, not able to capitalize on the system, you are sizing too much. It's playing with your emotions, it's playing with your brain, right? So right here, guys, another winner, PENN. So another idea from our watch list was Micron. So as long Micron, but it was very choppy action. You can see an up and down, and then I finally exited because I was tired of too many rejections here. So I did it open, so basically I got it out flat, a tiny profit. But Micron idea did work, but it was not a clean trend. So So that was MU. All right, let's talk about Tesla before we go on our IPO. So let's talk about Tesla. All right, guys. So what did I do on Tesla? Time to check out our Tesla trade. So right at open, I was and remember, guys, today everything was moving with the markets, right? Was moving with the markets. You need to keep eye on SPY QQQ. That's how we could nail these trades. You know, Amazon bounces, you know, the Google bounce. The community was trading them, right? So Tesla, here we go. So today we're watching the 275 big breakout. I was long Tesla right after 10-15 minutes at open when I saw it getting over EMA Clouds. So I long Tesla here. It pushed to 274 40s, right? My target was 275. Small size, my target was 275. And then what happened was, let's see what were our next thing on Tesla. So that 274 seller was selling it. So it was pulling down. So pulling down, pulling down, pulling down. So market was also pulling down. So I didn't want to risk. I did not want to risk any further flush. So, you know, so due to that, I sold. You know, I sold some. Let me show you. So here you go. So I was, when it was pulling back, I said I will cut it if 272, if this EMA cloud doesn't hold. And that's what I did. I cut it, right? I cut it on this down flush. But then market started bouncing. Market started bouncing. I grabbed it back right after, you know, I was on the voice right after 5 minutes. When I saw that, I grabbed it back. You know, I sold. I almost got it back because I wanted to avoid that loss. So I had to be proactive, and I'm never afraid of getting back in. So we were all focusing on Tesla. The whole community was focusing on Tesla. I was looking at this breakout, 275. Finally, we got that 275 breakout. Pulled few cents. That's fine. Then, you know, but we held it. We held it all day. It was still flagging. You know, locked more here, but my target was 278.20. You know, I still have some Tesla. You know, not a super trade, but it was it's still over 34.50 following this trend with the market. The key today was to just follow the market, right? Follow the market. So there's my commentary, guys, because I realized even Tesla was moving. It did not move its full ATR. It's only moved $6 today. It's supposed to move $11 every day. So that's fine. Whatever we got. So that's why these plays were, you know, not that crazy movers. All right, guys, let's go now to our IPO. ARM. Our whole community was trading ARM in arms. We were all over the ARM, and very defined risk, stress-free trade, nothing too complicated about it. So I'm going to show you that right now, how we did it. You know, let's go. So ARM was a play that I was also sharing. With on the Twitter. So we were on top of ARM as soon as it came out. Okay, I'll go step by step. ARM was open. As soon as we opened, we looked at the 1 minute candles. I will go to trading view, show you in a minute. So what were the key levels? So when IPO, for an IPO, guys, there's always So whenever they're in an IPO, guys, the highs and lows of first candle is very important. It's either the first 1 minute candle, first 10-minute candle, a daily candle, or a weekly candle, based upon what time frame you are trading. So that highs and low prints are very important. That define how the move will be. The move will be inside those two levels. If those levels breaks up or down, it will follow through. So you get my point. I have hundreds of examples of IPO trades on my feed. I will share that, and that has been my teachings over the years, how to trade these IPOs. Either you are trading same day, intraday, swing, week. Even for example, right, when Rivian broke its IPO low, that's when I said it's a short, save your money, get out. And then Rivian faded much lower than that. You know, just to give you example how the IPO lows and highs are so important. That's why you need to zoom out your charts. Like on a trading view, zoom out your charts, clean all the indicators, look closely, right? So anyways, so my levels were set 555, and then this was my opening look. High level, low level, my Fibonacci is set up 58, 55, 55, one candle, two candle, three candle, that held. That's when I said yes, it is going to be a scalp long. Right here you can see my comments in the community, scalp long as that 55 holds, right? So that was our risk, you know, $1.50 risk. We got right in there, and then all I had to do was manage my risk, check my next targets, where are we going. So you can see my whole commentary there, right? So lower print held so far 58, big push. That's my target right here, 58. And what happened next? We hit the 58 and we broke out over the 58, and here you go. So next target 60. There's a 58 breakout, 58 breakout right here, and then 60 target, and right here guys 60, you know. So and then we were live reading the tape. So you see this opening range breakout, and you see this held. You can see where your risk and reward is. Now another lesson to learn is this 58, I will show in the chart, was a previous breakout. This became our new support to see it bounce and add again and trade again. So I will show you in a bit how that happened, but then I put some fib extensions, right? So fib extensions help me to understand what are the initial levels that we can go to. So I drew this Fibonacci extensions. Fibonacci extensions is nothing but it looks your initial range, and based upon your initial range, you can see how much more range it can go. People make it too complicated. I like to keep things simple, and I use my whole numbers for my targets. So anyways, so I had these levels set. There was 62 was a level, 6140, you know, bunch of levels. And right now I will show you, since we are overnighting it, it is meeting all our targets. But what I want to talk about is how it held the pullbacks. So what do we see here, right? So we do see here, I was on the voice as well. I was guiding one candle, reject, two candle, three candle, right? It's this Fibonacci level, guys, not a magic. Just a simple concept of the ranges, even though I use those levels 60, 62, the whole numbers, and then it was rejecting. And that's fine. We were holding, we were managing our risk. We were already long from down here. So we were selling on the way and we were looking to re-add. So risks were 58, 60. Now that was the pullback I was watching. So let's see if I can show you that again. So let's go here. Our ARM chart. Let's go to 10-minute. So look at this trade, guys. Met all our targets, and I will show you here in a bit. So here you can see right here we had a breakout. I want to show you what I did with the okay. So here is my golden rule. A breakout, resistance becomes support, and support becomes a resistance. Golden rule. Why was I talking about the 58 level, guys? Right? So look at this. We moved higher, pulled back. Where did we bounce from? 58. That was our first breakout that I just showed you. So you enter back. So we already made, you know, almost $6 there per share, and then came back. We still were holding a position. First I was watching 59 didn't hold, then we were watching this 58, and my commentary was here all day, guys. In the community I was guiding everyone. I did say I will hold overnight if closes at high. So 58 bounce, add back some again, and look at it. Back from that 58 bounce, guys, right here in front of you. From the Fibonacci rejection from 62, pull back to the previous breakout, downtrend break line, clear levels to trade, now back push. And then we started to squeeze. Because 62 was my prior breakout. Remember 62, I clearly said next breakout is 62. So here was the 62 breakout. Breakout, because the previous resistance where the sellers was become the breakout. And then anybody who is short this because they're thinking, oh, it's too high, it's overvalued. This is not a fundamental trade, guys. Those are immature people who think, oh, PE is this, PE is that. And if they short based on that, they don't understand this is a supply demand trade. There's a hype, there's a FOMO. You stay where the trend is. It's clearly you can see the buyers buying it. And then anybody who was shorting it, and you can short it, right? You can short and trade. Brokers like Cobra, Trade Zero, there's always shorts available. And then we squeeze starts, and everybody was happy on Twitter as well. My followers, I guess, was trading it, and then I was overnighting it, and here you go, still making us money, guys. So IPOs follow a very, very simple rule, guys. Opening highs, opening lows. Use Fibonacci's. Draw your levels. Read the tape, especially if you're day trading, you can read the tape. When we were reading the tape, I was on the voice. Actually, I did a live tape reading screen share on my Think or Swim today for ARM. And that's how I was telling how big the buyers are. They are clearing the sellers. Sellers are trying to hit the bid, but buyers are taking them out. And that's how it was so strong. So the point is you have to identify where to take your position. Let's say if you took your position here and you want to swing it, then your risk is right here. Opening candle low, right? So opening candle low. Other thing we used today, which you guys might help you. Let me see if I can find it again, or maybe I deleted it. Let me show you that chart. That chart I used to see where the volume traded is here. So you can see, right? So this is a volume profile. So you can see where it's trading the volume. Then there was a big volume traded at 58. So this is some things that many traders use. I sometimes try to look at volume profile, see there's everything points to same thing. You can just analyze with all the things. But at the end of the day, it's all about your execution, where you find the right entry, right exit, and support and resistance is the most important thing. If you follow the simple support resistance concepts on ARM, then you got it, right? Previous breakout, new support. So this is how we traded. Everybody made huge bucks. So it's not about talking about bucks, because I always discourage about talking about money, because when we talk too much money, everybody's focused on the money but not on process. But when some people focus on process, they make money. And that's what we did today with this ARM IPO, right? It's almost up now $10 from our position, right? Even if you're a small account, you have 500 shares, that's $5,000 right there. So yeah. So hopefully this session help you. Next IPO we'll do again. If you want to trade with me, come to my community, follow me on Twitter. All the links are here, and then we will do it all together. I'm live on the voice. I'm live on sharing my screen, and I help everyone out. All right, guys. Thank you. Another great day. Go back, check how the trades again. See how you would have traded Netflix, Tesla, Coin, big win on ARM, and that's it, guys. See you. Take care. Bye.